If you are 35 or older, this is the time that you need to just relax, chill, and take it slow. I'm sorry here to tell you that the best years are behind. And the reality is that youth has already passed. How many times have you heard that narrative? Well, let me tell you, it is completely wrong. Hello, I'm Fran Llamas, IFBB Bikini Pro, mom of three, psychologist, and coach for Pro Physique. And I earned my pro card at 42 years old. And I believe that this is the perfect time for you to start. We need to build a new narrative because science and real women have said otherwise. Let me give you an example. There was this woman whose doctor told her to avoid lifting weights because of her arthritis and joint pain and also because of her mobility issues. But she didn't listen. She started doing weight training slowly at first, but then she created consistency. And today she's on her 70s, lifting heavier than most people her age and stronger than she's ever been. That is the beauty of the human body, the capacity to adapt and recover and to thrive when you give it the right stimulus. So age does not erase that ability. In fact, age makes it more urgent. And that is why I'm here to say women of 35 and older to claim the position in the bodybuilding industry. I've noticed that bodybuilding does not really emphasize the masters competitors, and we need to claim that space. Yes, there are many master shows, but they always emphasize more on the open and younger competitors, which I don't think that's fair. Anyway, I am here to tell you that the masters divisions are growing. More and more women are stepping on the stage, bringing physiques on the stage that are just as competitive that the ones in the open division. Even judges have openly said the masters athletes are delivering just as high as younger competitors. What does that say for us? Even at an older age, our bodies respond beautifully if we just give what it needs. If we create the right stimulus, and by that I mean if we take of all of the aspects, consume enough protein, train with the right amount of intensity, recover well, and also taking care of our internal chemistry, the body can respond in very impressive ways. And I know this because I lived it myself. I started competing when I was 41. To me, it was just one lifetime event and crossed it from my bucket list. And I really didn't think that this will become my career and my passion. I made the decision and I am so thankful I did it because not only gave me a new identity, it gave me so much to look forward to. All I wanted was to do one show, and I come to think about that only one decision can spiral into so many wonderful things. And so at age 41, I did my very first bikini competition, not knowing that I was gonna fall in love with it. At 42, yes, at 42, I earned my pro card. And that changed my life completely because at that age, my perspective of what midlife looks like completely shifted. But to create more credibility, I want to look at the science. We all know that Sarcopenia is a real thing when we age, meaning we lose muscle. And yes, that is a fact, but it's not a destiny. But with consistent, resistant training and the right amount of protein for you, you can not only preserve muscle, you can also build muscle in your 40s, 50s, and so on. But let me tell you, muscle is not only for vanity purposes or for aesthetic purposes. It goes beyond that. It gives stability to your joints, prevents fractures, keeps the metabolism active, improves insulin sensitivity, and even supports cognitive health. It is the most powerful tool for longevity and your future independence. That is why stepping on stage is not only about vanity, as I mentioned. It is a strategy. It could be part of your longevity plan. It is your conscious decisions to preserve your independence in the future and also extend your vitality. And it is a strong decision to refuse your decline. So let me tell you, the biggest obstacle, it is your mindset and the beliefs and the things that we have been told. So many women have told me, Fran, it is too late for me. How can you tell me such a thing? But let me tell you, it is not too late. And there are many reasons. One of them is at this stage in life, we have more stability, financial, emotional, and in our routines. Our kids are usually older and they are more independent. We are not changing diapers anymore. And we finally have some time to focus on ourselves. And although this sport is expensive, I gotta say, we spend quite a long time investing in others. I think it's now time to invest in ourselves. And again, this is not for vanity purposes. It has way more purpose than that. And I would like to call this a power move because in this midlife and maybe in the midlife crisis, it changes your identity. And all of a sudden, you stop being the woman that felt invisible and you become the athlete, the competitor, the woman that shows what strength and elegance looks like at 40, 50, and older. When I earned my pro card at 42, it was not only about the pro card or the medal, it was more about a new identity. I stopped thinking that my youth was gone and I started looking for ways to make myself feel empowered. And the life didn't have to look so sad and depressing. I started to build a new one that excited me and made me feel alive. And that is exactly what I see with my masters competitors. It's beautiful to see how their confidence returns. Their presence just changed. They walk different. They carry themselves differently. They live differently. And that ripple effect touches their kids, their families, their friends, the people around them, and even their careers. And it's just such a beautiful thing to see. On the screen right here, I will put some of my masters competitors who have transformed their lives. So you guys know that I'm not lying. I've seen it in real life. And I just want to break the stereotype. Our bodies are capable of amazing things. We just need to know how to get there. There's another misconception that it is super hard. You need to spend hours and hours at the gym doing cardio, and that you need to starve yourself to get to this lean physiques. I gotta say, it is challenging. I'm not gonna tell you it's easy, but it can be also very manageable. You just need to pay attention to managing your fatigue, managing your nutrition, implement the strategies at the right time, take care of your sleep, your stress, and to overall have a plan that will get you there. A plan that feels, yes, challenging, but also doable for you and your lifestyle. I gotta say that one of the things that stopped me from competing for many years was the idea of me not being able to be present with my family, because prepping for a bodybuilding competition was going to consume me my entire day and my entire spirit. And I just thought that I was going to have to be a mom, that I was gone all the time, that I was going to have to go twice to the gym, that I was going to be in a mad mood constantly because I was deprived. But the reality was very different. And no, I'm not saying that it was easy. It was challenging in the most beautiful way, and I loved it. As a psychologist, I have to say this. Our bodies are not separate from a story. It holds our fears, our doubts, and our history, but it also holds our potential. One of my favorite philosophers, Spinoza, taught me that power increases from understanding, not fear. That is why I invite you to do more research about what you can accomplish, even at your age, because bodybuilding can give you so much than just a good body. And when we understand that, we act from power, not punishment. There's another philosopher, Maurice Merleau-Ponty, that says that our bodies are not something that we own, but instead is the medium through where we live and through how we experience the world. Just imagine a decaying body, the type of experience that a person is going to have versus someone that is healthy, vibrant, strong. That experience is going to look very different from someone that has a weaker body. Therefore, the quality of life completely changes. And by doing that, we change the way we inhabit the world. So here's my invitation. Even if you thought you're too old to compete, erase that thought. You're not too old. You are in the right time. I've coached masters competitors that had the same doubt. But because I was there, I knew how to talk to them. I knew how to make them see their own potential. And today, they are thriving physically, mentally, and emotionally. They have shown themselves and their family that the midlife is not a decline. It doesn't have to be that way. It could be your biggest renewal instead. And I am not talking only to people that are looking fit. Me? I come from an overweight background. I never thought in a million years I would step on stage in a little bikini competing, much less winning my pro card. And because I grew up being bullied about my weight, I never thought that I had what it takes and even the confidence to do so. I never thought that I would have the confidence to even pursue this career. Now, you don't have to believe me, but if you start a journey, the doors can open in so many different directions. And then you are going to have that confidence because you are going to have proven to yourself that you can do hard things. And even the ones that you have been told that they're not a possibility for you. And I believe that this is the perfect time for you to start. Life is not ending, it's barely starting. So let's do this.